hope someday to write something worth plagiarizing. Unknown. Hello, my name is Austin and welcome back to my channel. Today is day number 20 of Camp NaNoWriMo, the April 2020 Camp NaNoWriMo for 2020. If you are having a goal of writing 50,000 words this Camp NaNoWriMo, the goal word count for today is to be at 33,340 words. Right now I am 100 words ahead, I think, like, exactly. So that is exciting, I suppose. I could have done better, but I'm happy with the progress and I'm just going to keep going, keep hoping I can make my word count every day for the next 10 days, and then if I do that, I will be victorious. I know you can do it. You can get your words in too. If you are behind, there is still plenty of time to catch up. 10 days is a long time. People have done Camp NaNoWriMo in 5 days. I have seen their goals, so you can do your goal in 10. Even if you're starting at nothing, I know you can do it. Believe me, put the power in you. You can do it. You can write your story. You can do it.
It doesn't matter if your words are bad. It doesn't matter if your words are trash, because in May, you can rewrite them.
Singing song time. So technically I did write a lot more words than just the 1,600 yesterday for my goal, but those were for homework, which is just annoying. That's something I don't like. I don't mind doing homework, but when it's a bunch of writing, it just bugs me because it takes away energy from writing on my own story, because I just want to get away from the keyboard, if you know what I mean. I am a little bit worried about this week during Camp NaNoWriMo because I do have a lot of homework. Last night I had to write a essay about the play, The Importance of Being Earnest. So I had to watch the play, a video of it, and it was like 2.5 hours, which it wasn't a bad play. I don't think I would have minded if I had chosen to watch it, if you, know what I mean. But the fact that I was forced to watch it, to do homework, and to write an essay on it made it feel unbearable. So, yeah. So then I wrote 1,000 words, a little less, a little more, I don't know. 1,000 words for my essay on the play for one of my classes, and I'm sure I did alright. I don't know, I just turned in my first draft. I read it over for any errors. I found 1 or 2, and then I turned it in. But I still have to film 2 video presentations for my class this week since we're doing stuff at home. Plus, I have to do a second essay later this week for my sociology class. It's about the state of the world right now. That's our essay topic. In addition to that, I have to write a few short paper things, a couple of those, and I have a test at the end of the week. I have a test tomorrow. So this week is just chaotic when it comes to homework. So hopefully I'll be able to stay on track. I'm going to not let myself use homework as an excuse for getting behind. I've just got to keep going. If you've got a lot of homework too, or a lot of any sort of circumstances, we've got to just keep pushing ourselves forward and remembering that writing gets us ahead. We can finish the day having accomplished something, even if we wrote a little bit. That's good.
So let's keep going.
Today's video topic is world building, which is something that I have been doing a little bit during my story. I feel like I'm failing at it slightly. I'm not really world building the best. I'm just sort of writing like, oh, there is a stream, and then that's it. Or there is something over there that is a person who has 4 feet. I don't know. I don't actually have anyone in my story with 4 feet. But that is the gist of it. So I have been online searching tips for story building, which is probably dumb. I should probably spend my time writing instead of searching for story building tips. I should wait to do that until I'm done with my first draft. But oh well, I will condense them for you to give you some tips so you can world build and add it to your first draft if you're working on it, or maybe these will help, even though you probably already know them because I'm sure you are a better writer, more knowledgeable than I am. Tip number 1 is to make a world building summary page. Just make a doc and include stuff like the landscape of the land, major cities of the land, the type of magic in the land if you have that, the species, all that sort of stuff. Make it on a sheet of paper, get it out of your brain so you can include those things in your story. You can mention them at different times so you can keep building your world. Make your world seem visual for the reader. That is awesome when authors do that. I suppose some don't and still succeed. But if you want to make your story very visual, that is a good first step to get some of all of that stuff out of your brain so you can add it later to your story. A tip for something that would technically go on the first tip, which is that summary thing, would be to give your world different landscapes. In some places it might be cold and wintry and weather, snowfalls and ice is on the ground. In another area it might be hot. It might be sandy, there might be a desert, it might not rain, there might be a drought. Those are the same thing, but oh well. Give your world different landscapes, but make them make sense too, unless, I guess it's a fantasy world so you can do whatever you like. I prefer it when it makes sense, so it's like, oh, this area is hot, this area is cold, or this area is hot, this area is cold. Just so that it sort of makes sense, like, oh, this square mile is hot.
And then right here it's a desert. And then right here it is a frozen tundra. And then right here it is a rainforest. And then right here it is
another planet. I don't know. But you probably know for your story, so that is a world building tip. If you give places different landscapes and stuff like that, it may make your reader more engaged with the story, more excited to keep reading, more pumped to keep up with your story because they are able to visualize different things. Makes your world seem more dynamic. Like our world, there are places where it is very hot, there are places where it is very cold. You know our world, so yes. Another tip I have is to spend some time coming up with realistic town, city, mountain, kingdom, capital names. Don't just come up with a name in 1 second and decide to stick with it because you hate coming up with names. I wouldn't recommend that. Come up with names that mean something or feel good or fit your world. Something I use, which if you don't know about this, is to use random town name, city name, kingdom name generators for fantasy, for example. So you put in like, oh, random town name generator, and then you click the first option and it'll generate a bunch of town names. And then you just keep clicking that until you find one that you like, and that might take you 15 minutes. But it'll be worth it because then you will find one or you will combine different ones and you'll be like, that is the perfect town name. Also, sometimes simple town names are cool. For example, in my story, one of my town names is North Peak, which is to the north. There is a mountain that it has a tall peak on it, and there is a city there now, and it is called North Peak. Another tip would be to look up like names that mean something. So you could look up Greek names or Greek words that mean strong. If it is a strong city, you could find the Greek word for strong and then say something Greek name for strong, village, Greek name for strong, woods, like just, create a name. I don't know what the Greek name for strong is. I don't know what the Greek word for anything is. But you could find that out. The final tip I have for today is to use senses. Your characters should use senses in your story to help build the world. Smells, sounds, sights, obviously, touch, and I guess taste sometimes can help to build your world. I'm not going to explain that too much because I'm sure you could figure it out for yourself. I'll give one example. He looked out onto the thin stream which smelled of dirty fish and water. I wouldn't write that sentence in your story because it is bad, but that is my example. So that was my day today for Camp NaNoWriMo, day number 20. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. I will see you tomorrow on day number 21. Bye-bye.